I was at work today doing Uber. See, now I heard people say I'm an alcoholic, and I'm not an alcoholic. Never been an alcoholic in my life. When I was in jail one time, Johnson County Mental Health was trying to label me mentally ill, justify their Nazi disrespect to me, and they said I was mentally ill because I'm an alcoholic. Alcoholism is a form of mental illness. Well, I'm not an alcoholic. I never have been. And that nurse, Fran Stout, said I was an alcoholic because I got drunk at frat parties in college. And she was saying this 20 or 30 years after that fact. I think that just backed up. She had no credibility. She was fucking crazy, or those people just try to make up some reason to justify their Nazi act disrespect. So, what else did I listen to? A guy was saying, picked up a young guy, said he was going to the hospital to visit his girlfriend, that he had been shot in the head 4 years earlier, and his girlfriend had just been shot in the head, and she was in ICU at the research hospital. He was going to visit her, and I said, well, how'd you get shot in the head? What happened? He said, oh, a guy was on meth or some drugs and took a rifle and shot him in the head in the house. So it happened 4 years ago. The guy's still awaiting trial. I was like, well, the guy should have gone on trial 4 years ago. I mean, and then they were talking about something like he could get off of it because he was on drugs, so he wasn't straight. It made me think of these gossip where murderer people commit first degree premeditated murder of other people, and they get off of it because they're on drugs, high. And when you're high, that can be used as a defense, and you're not guilty of killing people. But it's all premeditated, attempted first degree murder in this guy's case because he didn't die. I said, that's the kind of bullshit people do around here. Murder people, premeditated first degree murder, attempted first degree murder, premeditated. Oh, and they can get off of it because they're high on methamphetamine, whatever. I said it's ridiculous, and it makes me sick to my stomach. And I'm wondering if the people who killed my dad use that as an excuse to get off. Killed my real dad and looked like stole his identity. It's like I was saying Milgrams. I hear Milgrams suddenly. Milgrams? Well, I don't know what Milgrams grocery store. I don't think it's been around here for a long time. And it was a locally owned grocery store. I worked at Safeway at Ranch Mart when there was a strike. I was a scab during a strike, 1978. Before I worked at Woolworths in Metcalf South, I know anything about Milgram's grocery store, although I don't think it's in existence anymore. What else was I doing? Oh yeah, I heard somebody say, do you want to meet Todd Crumb? Well, I put Todd Crumb on my list of real estate complaints that I don't know, there could be 2 or 3 guys who look like Todd Crumb. I don't know who the hell. See, Coldwell Banker was around 1989-90, owned by Sears. Country Club office over on Ward Parkway, which is now a medical thing across from the shopping center on the Kansas side. I've on my rants and raves, I said, he blindsided me at the sleeper hold, and Bud fucking, I don't know if Bud told him to do it or Bud was, they both went to Shawnee Mission West and I'm Shawnee Mission South, or I don't know why, I said pro wrestling was fake, and so he did that. Well, really, the fact that he blindsided me, asking me for help, and comes up and puts me in that, and he did it, and he could have killed me, I guess. I mean, I don't know if he was trying to kill me and somebody saw him doing it and said, we'll put you away if you do something. He had me in it, and he could have, or I don't know if he just did it to, scare me or what. Seems like after that, a guy or guy looked like him says, "Well, Georgia could count lumber. He could keep track of counting lumber. Yeah, for $1 million a second, I can do that. I think Todd needs to hand me $1 million cash, apologize, and that's his penalty for doing that to me. He shouldn't be allowed to be a realtor, although I guess he's still on a recent. I don't know. He lied about a bunch of stuff. If there was two or three guys who looked like each other pretending to be the same person, I don't know, probably, but I would allow him to apologize publicly and hand me $1 million cash. I have wondered in public if I've seen somebody that looked like him before in the last 10 years. I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to Bud for a long time either. He used to laugh about that. Fucking asshole. Anyway, what else is there? I don't know. I was doing Ewer. Royals won. Zach Greinke, the Cy Young. He's back home in Kansas City where he started. He pitched 5.5 innings, gave up 1 run. They won. Well, we'll see what the Royals do this year. I don't think expectations are too high for them, although they are stating right now they're wanting to win the World Series, which I suppose every team does right now at this time of year until, mid-season All-Star break determines whether you're alive or not for the playoffs. And last year I would predict they might get to 500 this year. I doubt the playoffs, but maybe. I'd say if I get into 500, back to 500 is a realistic goal based on last year. 10 below 500. Merrill Lynch hand me $1 trillion. Smith Barney hand me $1 trillion. Payne Weber hand me $1 trillion. I can't let that go, and I want to find out who the person was. I want to find out about my real dad, whether he was murdered like I think he was. People who look like him. Identity thieves. Seems like one time that Spangler guy said he hated George Crawford. I don't know if he meant me or my dad. Well, Video Corner was in that shopping center, and he had his store over there. And Dad said they own all the stores close to him, the hardware store and everything else, because anything that's close to them, they own it. He was such a lunatic. Seems like one time I saw that old Spangler guy driving around in a car that said GFC license plate. GFC? Well, a guy who looked like him, but there's so many lookalikes out there now. People, that I went to school with, high school, college. My dad, my mom, my family, my other family friends. Well, I don't know who the fuck people are, if they're the real thing or lookalike. But this is really me. Really me. Uneven nostrils. Old black and white pictures. Dad had uneven nostrils. When he died, he did not have uneven nostrils. He was not the same person. His mannerisms, the way he acted, and what he did it was not the same after my college. And my mom was such a goddamn lunatic, whatever, that I'm sure they murdered him. Maybe she collected life insurance off of it, and that guy stole his identity. He said she's a fucking whore. I heard so much gossip about my mom and dad that I don't know what's fucking true or real, other than I know what's real and happened to me, and what that person said to my face. All jail time I've got, it ain't acceptable. Oklahoma State pistols, whatever. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but they want me to. The way they disrespect me, they want me to, don't they?